What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. Listen, this is coming from a former teammate, a former player of Juan Dixon. Not somebody from Coppin State, okay? But Juan Dixon was a basketball coach at UDC, the University of the District of Columbia, before he went over to Coppin State. And this is coming from one of his former players. This is her story. One of my people sent it to me down to the Twitter. Her name is Deanna Renee, and I'm only putting it because, she got it on her Twitter. It's right there. Deanna Renee. Okay. Let me read you guys her story, okay? She says, okay, so boom. Juan Dixon came to coach at UDC my junior year. From day one, he made it very clear that he did not want to coach women's basketball and that his goal was to get to the men's side pronto. As far as coaches go, he was the worst coach I had in any sport. Not because he didn't know the game, but because he didn't know how to work with the players he had. He also brought a few... here's where it gets juicy. He also brought a few of his concubines to away games. One even rode on the team bus from the hotel to the gym. Bold, I'll say. Fast forwarding, though, in a long season with what I would consider a talented team with bad leadership, fast forward through a losing season, During the off season, there was an altercation in my student apartment involving my then teammate. For legal purposes, we will call the former teammate Rel, then girlfriend B, and ex-girlfriend Tony. Child, it's a whole lot, okay? Rel was cheating on B with Tony. Tony decides to come to their apartment one day to see another friend. B just happens to be there when Tony gets to the room. Push comes to shove, literally. Next thing I know, there's a WWE smackdown in my living room. Wigs were flying, bees were bleeding, and mace was sprayed. Now, I like to mind my mother effing business, but apparently the teammate Rel was upset with me for not helping her while she was getting her ass beat. Rel went to Juan about the fight, and this mother effer kicked me off the team. Mind you, I'm on scholarship, about to go into my senior year, and this mother effer kicks me off the team. Because Rel was cheating, got caught, and got a beat down. Some effed up shit. Anyway, we got to arguing because that's some bull is. Somewhere in me getting fired on my day off, he mentions again, see, this is why I don't want to coach women's basketball, dealing with all this shit. Now, that sound like Juan. I could hear Juan saying that because he be saying that about the Real Housewives of Potomac. 2 weeks later, he quit and started a coaching job at Coppin. How you gonna kick me off knowing you leaving anyway? Woo! It felt good to tell my story. In conclusion, F you, Juan Dixon. F you, Rel, you scary ass hoe. Ha ha, that's what you and your girl B got. Y'all ass beat. And the athletic director apologized a year later for the way everything was handled. And they gave me a senior night even though I didn't play. But it's still an F you to everybody. Now listen. If it's a lie, she told it. And I feel like, do I feel like she's mad? Yeah. Do I feel like that she's putting all this out there to tell her story? Do I think it's a lie? No, I don't think it's a lie. Do I think maybe, it's more to the story? Maybe. But I like how she threw it in there. That he would bring his concubines back and forth to the away games. I like how you threw that in there, girl. You just sprinkled that in there. But ultimately, I think she's just trying to show that he has a pattern of not making great decisions as a coach. We know that he just lost his job down to the Coppin State, but we also know that there's a little bit more to that story. We know that there's a whole investigation going on as it relates to his dealing with a situation on his team where his assistant coach allegedly catfished a player and took advantage of the player sexually and some other things. And there was some question as to how he handled it and whether he handled it appropriately or not. So I feel like her story goes to that credibility, that he doesn't necessarily handle stories in the best way. Handle situations in the best way. I don't know. What do you guys think? Real story, fake story, putting a little extra sauce on it. Do you believe it? Do you not believe it? Tell me what you guys think. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.